Also dealing with the king tides this time of year. With more on that, here's Dave Warren.
Yes, Craig, well, it is low tide right now, so things look pretty normal here. But what we have during the high tides is the water way down there can make it all the way up here and actually cover those boat ramps. Now, it happened last month. It's happening now. It'll happen again next month, and it impacts more than just the boaters here. The change of seasons every year also brings the king tides. The sun and moon line up perfectly to pull a little harder on the water's surface, submerging this boat ramp and pushing water into streets and yards everywhere. September, October, and November, each newer full moon causes scenes like this one at Haulover Marina.
Every year, about 2 or 3 times, it comes out like this, but today was surprising. It was surprising to see.
Israel Orega, one of many boaters who had to get their feet wet to launch their boat.
When I go out to the sandbar, which I usually do, is probably not going to be there.
The tides are easy to avoid. Flooding only lasts for an hour or two around high tide, which happens twice a day. After that, aside from a few puddles, it's back to normal. The higher water levels also can act as a test to see how systems put in place to combat rising sea levels are working. Pumps and raised roads and seawalls can keep water or get water out, but underground is another problem. Higher water levels make it harder for septic tanks to work and can carry their waste into local waters. That impacts the water quality and marine life. With sea level rise, today's high tide could be tomorrow's normal. Yeah, they'll have a chance to gauge those water levels and how those systems work again tomorrow. Now, the thing with these king tides is they're predictable, so they know how high the water is going to get to see if those systems work, say, when a storm comes around. Tomorrow morning, the tide will be just as high. Then the next new moon, early November, November 4th, 2 days after that, expecting more flooding with each high tide. At Haulover Marina, Dave Warren, back to you.